Microphone unmuted. Button.
Alrighty, greetings everybody. Welcome to this live stream. I did want to go over a couple things in this live, and if anybody has any questions during this, feel free to write them in the chat, and I will respond to those questions as quickly as I can. So, I currently have a secondary distributor that I'm working with called DistroKid. Now, it's funny because I was going to see what the benefit of it would be when I used it, but you know, it's funny because it's not as accessible as Amuse by any way, shape, or form for visually impaired people. Amuse, I believe, has better accessibility, especially in their mobile app. Their mobile app is very accessible. Same with their website. So I'm very impressed with Amuse's approach to accessibility. DistroKid still, it's partially accessible. Thing is, we got to be aware of with distributors is if you apply for a US-based distributor, especially like DistroKid, they require tax forms or tax identification. I did not know that at the time, and it led me to cancel the service. But then I realized, well, heck, I could release experimental content, and release it to YouTube Music and not collect any royalties on it because I really don't want any royalties because this is going to be experimental until the subscription expires, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So for the next 11-ish months, there will be some experimental content on YouTube Music that is exclusive to YouTube Music. So no other streaming platform will get this, just so this doesn't conflict with my main releases. Hopefully this will actually drive more people to the YouTube official artist channel so that people can see more of my releases or more of the experimental demos or just at least side projects I've worked on. Projects that wouldn't otherwise be on a main release. So once this thing expires, the releases will disappear, and what I'd probably do even before they would disappear is I would take them down so they're off they're off YouTube Music before they actually before my account actually got deleted.
18 watching now. 0 likes. Choose sticker. Micro.
Hello, I'm Aunt Joshua. I've heard the Praise God type beat on your official artist channel. Pretty nice. Good to hear from you. I've heard from you in the comments quite a bit as well. Also, if you're looking for another distributor, I would recommend using Amuse as your music distributor. It's fully accessible. I would go for the Artist Plus plan. If you're going to distribute high-res lossless audio, go for Artist Plus. It's about $40 per year. DistroKid is not the most accessible in any way, shape, or form, especially if you're a U.S. resident. You have to apply for tax identification forms. So if you want to avoid that, use Amuse, but you would be responsible for tax identification or tax reporting to the IRS if you're going to report your income. I'm Joshua. If you have any questions, go ahead and write them in the chat here and I'll respond here.
Button. Mic.
While we're waiting here, if anybody has additional questions, go ahead and write them in the chat. But while I'm waiting for those, I want to go over some distribution tips for music distribution. Make sure that you use the right credits. For example, if you perform a synthesizer in a digital audio workstation, make sure you credit yourself as a synthesizer performer. Also, when you credit yourself, make sure you use your full first and last name when the distributor provides it. That will help music stores recognize your releases. Also, make sure that if you want to distribute to all stores, make sure all stores are selected in your distributor before releasing. Make sure to have good quality artwork. That means it should be in a square format. When you select your artwork, make sure you follow the on-screen prompts for that. And then when you submit your release, make sure you double check everything to make sure it's accurate and up to date. Some things to keep in mind. With DistroKid, there is some processing that goes into the release, similar to Amuse. Takes a bit of time to process. I must say, though, with Amuse, I have gotten releases approved within 40 minutes in certain occasions. Artist Plus is a very efficient plan for releasing music, especially if you're going to do royalty splits. It's free for you and any collaborators on the Artist Plus plan. If you're on a regular artist plan, a 15% commission will be taken on splits.
Phone. Mic.
I'm not Joshua. I haven't honestly played Glory Frontline in such a long time, but the best advice I can give you is on your left side of the control panel is when you walk, the right side is when you shoot and reload. In this certain case with Glory Frontline, my best recommendation is practice each mode so much that your brain hurts. Specifically the elimination mode. Once you get good at eliminating opponents, and again, it's all about finding them. It's all about making sure they're in front of you. And those range alarms in Glory Frontline are what's going to get you to a million different places. I mean, again, when you hear that long range distant beep, you can shoot at long range, so make sure you use the right weapon. That's always a good point. Make sure you use the right weapon. However, I do not want to deviate off of the topic since this is an official artist channel and this channel is primarily designed for music. These are what some of the live streams are going to be about. Especially too, I am incorporating gaming content on this channel, but I need to primarily focus as a music-based channel. That's what official artist channels are designed to be.